right, we are live. We started the recording. Alrighty, dude.
Three, two.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Johnny's Reviews. I'm Johnny here on the table, and on the other side of the table, we got a guest here with me, and I give him a lot of crap, but he's back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Andrew, ladies and gentlemen. He is an avid long-distance runner. His spirit animal is an ostrich, believe it or not, and he's an avid screenwriter and director, ladies and gentlemen. He has a lot of stuff in the works, but I'll let him talk about that another time. Today, on the other hand, we're going to be talking about something really, really magical, really something that can kind of get people hyped because this movie came out.
Spoiled it on the screen here.
And yes, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Far From Home, ladies and gentlemen. You ready?
Ready to fight?
We're going to actually get right down into it. Now, Andrew, what did you think? What was your initial thought of this continuation of a Marvel Cinematic Universe called Spider-Man Far From Home?
The very short sentence, this was a great movie. And it made you excited to see where the MCU is going. That's really short, really simple. That's all you need to know about this movie.
So yeah, in my initial thoughts, it's the next chapter of the superhero genre that we're gonna see after the whole fall of Tony Stark, what we have coming after Phase 3, and it's just all those things right after the blip, after the.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not gonna hold on, but what you gotta say?
I'm just gonna say I am a little get ahead of my notes. The blip, it sounds like a 3-year-old made up the name. It's the stupid name.
What did they call it in Endgame?
Something much better. I forgot.
I forgot it was like the.
It was clearly much better than the blip.
Yeah, I just think
every time they made it, I was like, it sounded like some dumb thing they were talking about, like somebody made a poo poo or something, like some child was keeping naming
fucking poo poo.
Like.
Well, we can marinate on that all day if we wanted to, but yeah, you're right. It was made by like little kids. But I mean, this kind of goes to my next point: is that the first?
It was small things I disliked, but
the pacing of the first act was a teenager type of movie. Like it makes
really enjoying it though.
It was alright. I can kind of.
I seen the comedy. I liked the romance. It was just a nice little movie to get after. Like it was all nice and neat instead of from Endgame, where it was like.
It was very serious. Yeah.
I mean, this one just kind of slowed it back, but still kept you going in a nice pace.
And that's the thing. I think like the pacing of the first act kind of made it to where it can relate to a lot of like viewers and a lot of people. Yeah. But then after the first act, it goes into this whole Spider-Man like whole series and themed. Like that's what I was.
Especially Spider-Man was always based in. Reality, like he's a teenager, he has real problems, he's had so many girlfriends, so many bad relationships. This is what you want to get into, all the jealousy. Brad's coming in to steal your girl.
Brad.
What are you gonna do?
Brad's
Shoot
coming
him with
in.
A drone.
Brad's 5 years older, and he's all the girls are after him.
Was he even in the first movie?
No.
Was he that Asian kid in the bathroom?
Was he?
I don't know. I didn't recognize him in the little picture they gave us.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Was he the guy?
I don't know. Duke is also here with us. He's running the camera right now.
There on the couch.
He's on the couch, but he will be back over here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you're right. But what I found out was, this continuation of the story is 8 months after the events of Endgame. Is what I found out. Now I don't know how accurate that is. Do you know? If it's like a year later or no, it just doesn't matter.
Honestly, I don't know. You'd have to look at the seasons of both of them.
Yeah,
they don't tell specific times.
Yeah, especially because remember, like the Spider-Man Homecoming, it was 2018. There was like some kind of miscommunication with that.
I thought that was okay personally. I didn't have any problem with it. I was like, it's coming out when I'm watching it. That's fine.
But speaking of that, we're going to talk about numbers now. We're going to talk about how this movie did in its opening week. When did it come out? Was it Tuesday? Which was fucking weird.
I was like, Tuesday.
Tuesday, and
that was a little weird,
dude. It is very weird because every movie comes out either Thursday night, Wednesday. Wednesday would be like
Tuesday. I get it, but hey, it worked for them.
It worked for them just because they knew They knew that one. 4th of July weekend was going to come up. They were really trying to monetize that and try to really benefit off of that, which makes a lot of
Spider-Man
sense.
Spider-Man is an American hero. Trademark.
Yes.
I have no idea. Yes, he was in Europe for most of the movie. They were in America. He had the American spirit following him everywhere he went. That was the 4th of July feeling there.
Well, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about numbers now. What does Box Office Mojo say the numbers are?
Box Office Mojo. What does it say? What are we looking at?
Look at it.
Oh, are you bringing it up?
No, I'm just kind of taking the picture right there.
So
Box Office Mojo is a place that we actually go kind of. It's very accurate, and it's kind of like the place that people should go and actually get the numbers of how well a movie did, even going all the way back to like years before and see how well that movie did. But you can just kind of, it's really cool to look at it.
I love Box Office Mojo. Shout out to this website. I don't know who runs it, but good job.
Yeah. What does the number say?
Well, for the weekend domestically, I'm pretty sure we're counting from Tuesday is what we're getting at. I'm pretty sure. It's 185 million.
Wow.
But I did hear, I don't know where I heard this, but I heard this would be the first Spider-Man to probably hit over $1 billion.
Out of all the Sony ones?
All of the Spider-Man movies, this would be the first one to hit $1 billion. Because it's on track right now. You don't know, it's going to easily sway, but right now it's on track.
Well, especially with the holiday weekend, did they consider that to be a part of the initial domestic total?
Like,
I don't know. I mean,
well, the full yearly chart is still 185 million right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it just came out.
So yeah.
But
I mean,
185 million, dude. Yeah. That's like.
I mean, it's still not as much as like an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Oh, only on Sunday it made 25 million.
Yeah. Age of Ultron made 187 million.
Don't bring that up.
I know. I'm just saying. I know.
We don't talk about Age of Ultron.
That's what I'm saying. It's like one of the least Avengers one, but it's at the same time. It's just like this movie on a holiday weekend made 185 million. That says something, and people are still gonna want to go watch it again and again. This is one of those movies that's easily repeated. Like and watch it
because of the twist.
Yes. We'll talk about the twist here in a little bit.
Yes, we will.
And what I wanted to say was, I really want to know what the percentage would be like this coming up week, how the percentage of drop off is going to be, because that one will really kind of differentiate it.
I don't think it would drop off that much.
You want to bet?
Because we'll see the competition. Let's look at that.
Oh,
who's coming out?
I forgot about
that.
Why are you still searching that up?
Well,
what does it say is up?
July 12th. I barely know some of these movies like Crawl, Stuber. The
that's Stuber, the one with Batista.
Is that what that movie is?
That one, yeah. I forgot about that one.
See, I don't think that's gonna do great. But the next thing that's really gonna take it off is The Lion King.
But that's 19th. not until the week after.
You still have Spider-Man reigning over the box office.
Yeah.
You have Toy Story 4 getting a little money, but right now it's gonna be Spider-Man's game.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I was what is it saying?
Because actually, like every week after that, there's something coming out that can draw people's attention.
Yeah. Is it a Disney movie? That one also says something because
the next Disney movie is
Lion King.
Is Dora.
Dora's not like
the Disney. 9th.
It's not Disney, dude. Dora is not Disney.
What the heck is the Peanut Butter Falcon? Sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So back to what we are initially talking about. If you can describe this in 1 to 2 words, what would those words be?
What's the red vine? Is that what it is?
Is that what it is? The red vine?
Because it's good and twisty.
Yeah, it's a red vine.
That's red vine.
Red vine?
Red vine.
Mine's Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle.
I'm going to go with Peter Tingle.
All right. Yes. That's fair.
Yes.
Throw a banana at you. But I actually thought I was wondering why it was gone.
What? Peter Tingle or Spider? Yeah. You didn't notice that?
It
was only
it
one
had to
movie.
be gone, but I don't know if they ever gave us a reason why it was.
Was it because after he faded away, or after he was gone?
It might have been he was really dealing with trauma from Iron Man and all this stuff that happened. That's probably
he was initially gone for 5 years. Yeah. So that's why it's
I mean, to them it was like a second. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah.
But he still had to deal with all that trauma of dying because he had to feel that.
Yeah.
And then coming back to this whole new world 5 years ahead of him, and then seeing his mentor die in front of him too. So he probably has a bunch of trauma. That's probably what caused it. But I think it was honestly more because he needed to beat Mysterio in the end. I think they wanted to add that little thing in.
Yeah, well, I guess
It wasn't a big thing.
It wasn't a big thing, but I mean,
but it was just
I think it was just sprinkled on in there, especially because it came back towards the end.
Yeah,
you know, that's what's weird about that. Like, it's
I mean, that's what it's designed to do.
Yeah, so
it makes sense from a screenwriting perspective. You have to add those little crumbs in there.
Yeah. So, with that being said, let's talk about what we liked about this movie.
What we liked?
Yes, we're gonna go into a lot of the initial things that we loved.
Honestly,
Uh-oh.
there are a lot of things I like. there are. Okay, so but like, I just want to say how gullible we all were as a people. Because this marketing team was basically like, all right, these people can believe anything. We're gonna say we have multiverses. We're gonna say different Earths. We're gonna be, and they're like, hey, screw you guys.
Now, is that something you liked?
See,
because I was in the mix of that.
I was in the mix too, because I was like, originally it was like, I was looking forward to the multiverse. I'm not.
Yes, so was I. But I mean, the way that it was explained, I was thinking first, like, it was the whole Doctor Strange version of the multiverse, not the Spider-Verse multiverse.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yes.
From Endgame going on.
So I think it's still sprinkled in there, like it's still kind of like mentioned to the point where I don't think Peter is gonna know everything Doctor Strange is gonna know, or the Hulk.
Doctor Strange is right now probably the strongest one.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's another one I'm gonna get into. But like that right there kind of shows me that like he's still evolving, he's still learning, because that right there is going to tell me they're probably going to hint on the multiverse later on when Sony kind of sprinkles in Venom coming into the storyline and stuff like that. But like all of that right there, I think is made for a teaser just for this movie alone.
Yeah,
yes.
It got people excited, and it definitely, I personally, like, I knew there had to be a villain. It's gonna be Mysterio because it's Mysterio.
Yeah.
I did not see it specifically coming that specific way, though.
Fuck no.
I worked for Iron Man. You worked for Iron Man. You worked for Iron Man.
So you're saying that's what you liked also?
See, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed the film for sure, but that was something that caught me a little off guard. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I was a little disappointed and amazed at the same time for that little part.
I wasn't as disappointed, but I could easily foreshadow a lot. I think that maybe that's why I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, it makes a lot of sense. I already know where this dude's kind of headed. And I like kind of talking about Mysterio alone. What did you think? What did you like about Mysterio though? Like, was it the fact that it was Jake Gyllenhaal? You're just fuck yeah.
He did great in the role.
Fuck yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he did.
Have you seen the meme where it's like Jake Gyllenhaal deleted his Twitter and it's like, oh, it looks like the Marvel bank cleared, Marvel check cleared. He made a bunch of money on this movie.
Hell yeah, he did. That's the thing. I'm like, dude, Jake, I really do hope you come back. Like, but I mean, towards the end, he doesn't need to now. Like, but I think they're the way that they get the big baddies now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think holds a lot more ground to the villainous perspective of how bad they're supposed to be, and not just be bad. And
but I also thought they did a really good job of, he wasn't the strongest villain.
No, he wasn't.
He did his things. Like, I actually really liked the elementals. I mean, I wanted to see them in real life.
Technically, in the comics, they were a real thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a lot of these jokey kind of ways that kind of hint at like, like these are.
We're going to tease you, but we're not going to give it to you the way you think, which I think is actually really nice.
Really nice, because I think it works well. For one, fans, like the hardcore fans that read comics, and for new fan base, like the younger generation that doesn't know, but they can actually go and do the research and get more involved with comic book stores and all that stuff. But that was I think that was a thing. You're right about the villains. Now, I think I put it under what I didn't like, but I don't know. I think I really do like the villains now, how they're portrayed as more down to earth. Like,
I think that's what was needed.
More blue collar.
Right now, saying, hey, everyone is reeling right now.
Yeah.
What can we do to take this power?
Yeah.
I think that was a really nice story after Endgame.
Right.
But it also, like, this was exactly what Peter needed to face.
Yeah.
He needed to, like, trust him and then lose that trust because he's given all his power. He obviously doesn't want it.
Yeah.
Going back to the, what Uncle Ben said in the first movie, with great power comes great responsibility. Always going to say that.
We're definitely going to use that for marketing.
That's like the theme of every Spider-Man movie, honestly.
It is. It is. There was one little scene I was looking at, like, I think it came on Snapchat or something. The little sticker that was on his luggage that had
the BFP, I think.
BFP. Yeah. Franklin, I think it was Benjamin Franklin.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, Parker. And so that was the only thing that hinted at it. But I mean,
which is I don't want to hear a story again. I don't think anybody else does. We get it.
Yeah.
Good job, Marvel, for not showing us.
And I think that's the really good thing about Marvel is that it adds a different twist of what the original would do. Like J. Jonah Jameson. That one.
Yeah, that was nice.
Everybody clapped, bro.
It was
everybody.
Nice to see him again.
Everybody clapped.
He was perfect for the role.
Yes.
I liked kind of what they did. This like little Alex Jones podcast thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Flow here.
Like it's not going to be a newspaper like old fashioned. Like you have to kind of know how it's going to affect the future and the social media and all the InfoWars and all that stuff like that.
Them.
Great job on that. I think that's going to be more memorable right there. He didn't have all the hair. But,
is he coming back though?
Shit. I don't know what you mean.
What do you think?
Comment below. But I really do think he is. I think he's going to be a part of like his college career. I think because what did they say? It was going to be 2 high school movies, 2 college movies, and 1 grown up.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well,
is he? Well, he didn't graduate or anything. So
no, but they're keeping him for the long run.
What they did in the last Spider-Man 2, where he graduates, going off to college. Oh, can't be with you anymore.
But that's what they were. That's what they wanted to do. I think. Don't quote me. But
I think it'll depend more on what happens in the next Avengers. Honestly.
Yeah, that's a long way.
I know. I don't even know.
Very long.
Are we gonna get a next Avengers in the next phase?
I don't know. I think D23 comes out this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has it already happened? I don't think it has because that one kind of shows.
I knew when it was.
Let's see. Because that one kind of shows when things are going to come out. It kind of shows the next phases and kind of gets us speculating. Because I actually really want to go to D23. That's one thing.
If you like Marvel and Star Wars and Disney, that's the perfect place to go.
Yes. And I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger. They just started it like what 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
No, it's been longer. It just
really
became bigger.
Bigger again.
It's in August 23rd to the 25th.
See, I think by that time we're gonna know initially, since all 3 of the movies are already done for the year.
Where you're going to announce your movies.
Yes, perfect. And all 3 of the movies for the year are done, so they're gonna come out towards the end of the year, get people speculating, get people kind of like, ooh, what do we do?
They're done this year.
Yes,
you do kind of need to be done.
Yeah,
but there's also this. We have questions.
Yes, I think, but they're good to kind of get all the Marvel stuff out of the way because it's Disney. They still have Disney stuff. They still have Star Wars stuff. They still have all this other shit.
We barely have enough Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not gonna get into that one. Don't get into that one yet.
Hold it in.
Hold it in. Okay, Happy. What about that? What did you think about Happy?
I loved Happy.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I loved Happy, especially
what?
Ben Parker, who? Okay, it's all about how Happy because he was like, he obviously lost a friend too. And
yes.
Everyone forgets that he lost a friend.
His best friend.
He's been there since the beginning, Happy, and then he is now the father figure. Father figure. Got him. But it was like really, really nice that he had each moment with him. He saw. It was also great that Peter actually had his moments to be intelligent and be the Spider-Man
emotional,
we really know.
Where we feel for him.
Like even when he was like making his suit with Tony Stark's.
But he was also crying during that time when he was there for him. Like that was those were
there for him.
Yes.
We saw Peter Parker actually be like really smart, really develop things. And we saw that Happy just watching. Oh, Dad did his job. Yeah. He's here.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a really nice moment to see.
And that's great. Like the way that Happy is the kind of, what did they say, role model or not the role model, but
he was a role model.
And
I mean,
what do they call them?
Maybe not a role model. Jake Mysterio was supposed to be
the teacher. Would he be the teacher?
Maybe
sort of in the story.
More like, I don't know, is Rock? That's not.
No, I
think emotional helper.
Emotional support. Thank you, dude.
There we go.
Duke on there.
Yeah.
So emotional support. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, the way that he handles the humor, the tragedy, everything. Like the way he threw that shield.
I love that part.
He's like, how does Cap do that? Like, it's just so funny. I love that.
Drugs.
He is a fucking. He put some
he does.
super soldier serum in him, and get all that shit in there.
Some of that Iron Man 3 stuff again. We've never heard of that stuff ever again. By the way.
Which one?
What was it called?
Extremis.
Yeah, Extremis.
Oh, I forgot about.
Because nobody likes Iron Man 3.
Oh no one. But dude, that was still really good. Like the Extremis part. No, Extremis. Okay, like adding Extremis into the whole thing.
It was a really good thing, but I don't like how they specifically did all of Iron Man.
But this goes back to what
Shane Black.
we liked about Marvel is because the Mandarin was supposed to be this like Asian bad guy with like actual 10 rings.
The Mandarin. Because I played Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, and you remember him specifically. He was the hardest motherfucker ever. I played, dude. Was that Alliance the first one or the second one? First one. Fuck, dude.
You could not get past that guy.
Son of a bitch.
7 tries to get past him. And I was like, this dude.
We're basing it off a video game right now. That dude was powerful. That's the only thing we kind of see.
Like, do yourself a favor, go back to like 2008 or whatever. Play this game.
2006. I kind of remember that, but. Anyways, yes.
That was the one game I went to like GameStop to buy. Yeah. I wasn't a video game, but like I was like, I'm buying this.
Yeah.
And I bought it, and it was great.
Man,
even for the second one.
Oh, the second one?
Which one
I don't remember. I remember the third one a lot more. Like, but that one was just recently. It was recently
coming out.
And the
second.
Yeah, but that's it right there. What I'm trying to say is that like how they kind of portray the bad guys to like and the twist that you don't think is gonna be, and he was Yes. The way that he was portrayed in that movie, like the Mandarin as a funny, bloody hell. Oh my God. Like that guy.
They know our expectations.
And then
they do something completely opposite and just like.
But does it lower your like afterwards? Like you're just like, or you're just like,
sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That's why they're walking this fine line. Usually they're right on it.
Yeah.
Which is really
lately
good job.
They've been on it.
They've been on it.
Yes.
Like, which is really nice.
Yes.
As long as you make it satisfying, it's good.
Yes.
That's why I don't think Iron Man 3 was as good, because the villain wasn't as satisfying.
Yeah, and I think that was still not in their infancy. I wouldn't say infancy.
I think they were just like.
I shouldn't say infancy because,
no,
but
right
I think
now they're really on their game.
Yes,
so.
the risks were still there. Let's say that.
In the beginning they were on their game. I think during the middle they were still kind of figuring out end game and where to go, and I think that's when it was too convoluted at points, like Age of Ultron, Iron Man 3, those kind of movies where they let go a little bit, but then they picked it up again. Right, I think after what was
the next one?
Yeah,
Thor.
Oh, after Thor. Hold on.
After Thor was a Winter Soldier. And then Guardians came out later on. So 2013, it was Iron Man 3, and then it was Thor, The Dark World.
So those two movies, after that was
2013, great. Was 2014, that's when Winter Soldier and Guardians came out.
Oh,
so
that was like literally, I want to say the best Marvel year. Not going to lie, because those are my two... Those are the top two for me still. Guardians of the Galaxy.
They're in my top 5. So that's why I still put that. After that, it was Ant-Man and the second Avengers.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'm trying to think, was it that year that they did 3, or was it the next year? It was the next year.
I'm not sure.
It was the next year. The reason because Doctor Strange came out with Civil War and wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
There's 22 movies now at this point. You're like, what?
You're just like,
what year is it?
It was easy to remember all of it, but now, so let's talk about the end credit scenes. I put them on my like column because speculating. What was the first one? Was that the Nick Fury one? First one.
The first.
Oh yeah. Okay, yes. So it was J. Jameson.
Well, technically it was like
Mysterio
thing.
Yes.
Spider-Man's Peter Parker.
That could have been easily added on to the movie itself. It didn't even have to be an end credit, I think.
Yeah, I mean, well, it does. It's a massive cliffhanger. Like,
okay.
What's gonna happen?
The eyes after that. Okay, I put it on the like just because J. Jonah Jameson was there, but
not because of the whole. Like,
no, I didn't. No, I didn't like that. I don't. Where it. Okay, so. In the comics, Doctor Strange, that happens. Doctor Strange kind of reverses and does something to everybody in the entire world's mind.
That, yeah.
Yes, and that was vivid. Like that was
Is that what they're gonna do?
I don't know.
Is Doctor Strange the next movie to
What
fix
the fuck? Are they gonna bring out some other technology to kind of like Men in Black you and just say, and say you're done? Like you don't remember this?
Hey, they want to make a new Men in Black. Men in Black International is part of the MCU.
Yes, indeed. No.
That's where Thor went. That's where he was. He was
Did
off-world.
you even watch Men in Black 3?
No.
4?
No, I did not.
It's the 4? But Thor's in it.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. He's off-world. We figured it out, guys. We know your secret.
All right.
Oh,
Dude!
Look at that. Legitimately, we figured it out. We figured out your secret, Marvel.
So yeah, that's the only reason. I don't know where they're gonna go with that. I don't know. Like,
I think it's actually really nice.
But it's
don't
nice.
know. And
Exactly.
You're excited to see what happens next.
But and that's what I'm saying. The reason why I really even though I hated it, I liked the fact that it can ruin his life forever.
Oh,
the social media, how social media is now, and how it can ruin somebody's life now. Just imagine how it does it on a superhero level.
I know Victoria, my girlfriend, beautiful. She's probably not gonna watch this, but she brought a really good point up. It was like how deepfakes are ruining today's society. And
Wait, how what?
Deep fakes. It's like a fake video that anybody can believe, and they're getting so hard to like.
This goes to my conspiracy topics, and then we're not gonna get into that. But yes, you're right.
It's just a really good point to bring up.
It does, because it can literally
society.
And that's what
even
I'm saying.
our president has posted deep fakes on his Twitter account.
We're not gonna get that deep into
let's
it yet.
just talk about like that.
We're gonna talk about
It's a really
Spider-Man.
good thing to bring up after this movie.
After this movie, yes, because I mean it kind of alludes to like a lot of shit that social media can do.
We should stop them.
So that's what I'm saying.
Help Spider-Man.
For someone like this with like such great power, and especially the whole unmasking thing, I don't know how well that should be played out in future movies, just because everybody else they have ice cream named after them. Why don't you just like monetize on that shit? Like I don't know. I'm just saying like
what at this point?
Peter Tingle Pickle
Peter Tingle
ice cream.
Tangerine.
There you go. He can make an ice cream after him.
He could. Tickle pickle.
I would eat it.
Cream?
I would try it.
I would try it totally.
Yeah.
If it's like shaped like a pickle and you can tickle it.
Yes.
I just.
Okay.
You never know.
I know. But that's what the beauty about this is, because the only one time he was the very first one to unmask himself in the comics. Like he was the first one in Civil War comics to kind of unmask himself, which was a very big
mistake.
And then after that was the whole mistake after that.
Yes.
And that's the thing. Like now that like everybody knows who Iron Man is, everybody knows Thor, everybody knows everybody in the fucking MCU.
But they're also more protected.
That's true.
Than everyone else. Not Peter is still living with his aunt.
Yes.
And his aunt's still there.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man obviously had problems protecting everybody around him, but he still like had the capability. Spider-Man does not have that same capability.
But Peter Parker's just like Tony Stark.
Is he?
I mean, he grabs the thing.
He's learning. He's learning.
He grabs the key.
Well, he's gonna use I totally forgot what it's called.
The holographic thing?
No, all the drones to protect Aunt May.
I mean, dude, he's got the freaking glasses now. Like, I mean, that I don't know. Like with that,
Edith. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Edith.
Edith.
I hated that. I hated that
Yes.
something very powerful, and he's like, oh, just.
I'm also really confused why Tony Stark had it. Like why?
But dude, I think
he knew the complications of his last 3 tries for trying to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So why did he do it again?
But remember what Edith stood for? Even death.
Tony's the hero. Something like that.
I'm the hero.
I'm the
Even in death, I'm the hero. And I was like, fucking Tony.
Got it.
But like that's what I'm saying is that I guess we can kind of transition to the things that we did hate. And that was one of them. That was like the kind of thing where I was just like, they made it so easy. Like the way he's just like, I hate how this is. Even though every movie that Spider-Man's in, it's like I guess it's just the mixed emotions of a teenager, which makes a lot of sense. I guess I'm just second guessing myself.
Like Brad.
Yeah. He's like, you just try to launch a goddamn missile at one of your. He's like, sorry. Like it was just funny.
It happens. It's okay. No big deal.
That was funny. But like the Avengers Endgame, he wanted to go. He's like, oh, I want to be an Avenger. This movie, a girl's involved, and then he's like,
well, because he was like, whoa, this is way bigger than I thought it was, especially dealing with that whole Endgame business.
Well, yeah, but like, he just wanted to be a part of it. Yeah, now
he wanted to go back to normalcy because he remembered, oh, that was actually really nice. Let's go back to that.
Yes, but now he is the big. He has the big shoes to fill. He has the.
And I think that did a really good job of portraying that, like, in the movie.
I guess what I'm like kind of alluding to, the big baddie. I didn't like the whole scheme, like, I know everything, or like he kind of like portrays the whole, his whole bad scheme to the rest of the crew, and I didn't like that. I just.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, man, I like the twist at the end, I guess you could say. Even though we can kind of know that Mysterio, like, it furthers the story, and this is the way that they're going to portray Mysterio to be. I guess that's one way of doing it. But I wouldn't even say that it would be a throwaway character, a throwaway villain like that, because
I think it was a good villain
for the movie, the theme,
movie specifically.
Yes.
And where the MCU is right now, I think is a great time to put him.
Yeah.
Especially, they could have done Mysterio so silly, but I think they did a great job with all the CGI, all the effects, really getting in Peter's brain. I thought that's what I want to see, like a creepy Mysterio kind of scene. I'm glad they have multiple of those, because that was what I really wanted to see from Mysterio.
Well, there's definitely a lot of different ways to kind of handle Mysterio, because like there's so many different renditions of him, like in the comics, that there was like two of them that kind of stuck out a little bit more. It was like an older comic one that they kind of took from, and then they kind of sprinkled in a lot of the technology from the newer version of him. Yeah. And it accumulated.
I like how they actually brought in the rest of MCU too, like characters from Iron Man 1. And like technology from like the Barf.
You're talking about like the blue collar villains, like the one where even nice. Obadiah.
I think it was just more nice to just like tie them all together. Yeah. That was nice. Like they're not just making it up; they're actually showing us where they got it from, which is kind of nice.
Yes,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So and like Big Lebowski, he's like, Tony Stark made this with a bunch of scraps in a cave. Like I don't know, when I saw that, I was
one of the greatest scenes. Got him.
That's what I'm saying. I think I like the blue collar villains. I think it's just more relatable, more.
I mean, they're not very scary once you like realized who they were, but it was still, they really challenged Peter, so that was good.
Yeah,
which is what you want.
Yeah,
in a movie.
That's true. Yeah. So and then that going off of that, there was some aspects of CGI that I didn't like in this movie.
Okay, yeah, which ones?
Okay, there was one where it was actually Peter himself, like not in the Spidey suit. You can tell was totally CGI when he I think whenever he was about to help out Mysterio, he's like, hey, I can help, like and he just kind of wore like that little mat when he was just kind of. Wait.
The when he's black, when he was Night Monkey.
No, not Night Monkey. I love Night Monkey.
I do actually too.
And no, not him. But it was a part whenever we first saw Mysterio. Whenever they came to where were they at? Venice, Rome.
I think Venice.
I think Venice.
When they saw the Hydrogen Man.
Yes. Hello. So after that, I was like.
Hot phone on set,
and cameraman is coming. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that part right there when he was like jumping around, when he was jumping around and like building the building. Yeah, I don't think it kind of fit well to the way that when I was looking at it. I
thought it was okay.
Really?
Yeah, I mean. CGI is still much better than it was earlier.
I agree. I think it just kind of took me out of the the movie right there.
I can see that.
I kind of just from there I was just like, you know what?
But normally the CGI was amazing.
Yeah, everything else was great. I'm not. It was just that one part. I guess because I think I'd rather see him in the Spidey suit than anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you just missed the Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
You don't like Peter Parker.
No, that's not true. It just reminded me of like, I guess like it's so far-fetched Matrix, like that, the way that the CGI, you could see his face kind of weird, like that early. But when the Spidey suit looks great, I can't even tell if it's like fake or not. But like whenever you see his face kind of like.
Because it looks fake.
Yes.
In general.
Yes.
Which I actually really like the new Spider-Man looks.
Dude.
I love them.
That's one of the things I also liked was how many suits were in there?
7.
Dude.
I have no idea.
There was the Endgame one.
You had Iron Spider.
Iron Spider.
His original. And then you had this new black one we have on screen.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And then you had Night Monkey. Are we including Night Monkey? There he is.
Yeah. But this one's not him. This is the Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah, they've referenced Spider Noir.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, what is that? What are we doing here? What is this?
We are foreshadowing the future.
Wait, go back to that picture actually.
Which one? That one?
No, the where we have 3. Look at this. You can just tell which movies are like. I love the old Spider-Mans, but they're old. They're and then
we're missing one. We're missing the Spider-Verse one.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we
trust
will.
me. But like, look, if you get from worse to better, even though this one sucks, this one's great. But then just the quality.
Just put
of
down in
these
the
Spider-Man
comments
movies
which one was superior.
Are great. I love the new Spider-Mans more than the rest of Spider-Man.
I we just have to like sit down and actually rate them because I can't.
One day.
Spider-Man 2, great. First Amazing Spider-Man, great.
What?
And then all the Tom Hollands are amazing.
What is great about that movie?
The first Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes.
It was good.
It was okay.
It was
definitely wasn't good.
Are you twitching? Because
I was like, who are you?
Second one was trash.
Yeah, it was.
It's trash. Compared to that one,
movie.
It was great.
That was a horrible movie.
It was a horrible movie.
And they killed the only character that I liked in the whole 2-movie set.
I think it was just the way that it's the first one after Tobey Maguire, and it was like actually, box office wise, it did fucking amazing, and critically wise, it still did good.
It helped superhero movies still come to fruition.
Yes.
And I was sad there wasn't a 4th one.
Yes. I'm not. But
I was okay with the 3rd movie of Spider-Man, the first series. It wasn't amazing, but it was good enough for me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too, actually. But I still think
I'm glad we agree on that.
Yes.
But we do not agree on the Andrew Garfield.
In the words of John Campea.
Like, it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't a good movie either. It was just kind of there. It was like they made it just to.
Are you talking about the second one?
Franchise.
Second one?
The whole Amazing Spider-Man series.
Well, yeah, you knew that, but I mean.
Yeah, but so they were just kind of rushing into it. They didn't actually make a. All right, we're gonna write a Spider-Man movie.
No, the second one, they went. The power went to their head.
They went cuckoo.
With great power comes great responsibility. They lost that.
Oh, they lost that
horrifically
10 years ago. So.
Oh yes, I agree, big time. Tom Holland is the best rendition of Spider-Man. He is the Spider-Man that we're gonna know and love.
100% agree with that.
Yes, and I agree, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna be the long haul Spider-Man that they're gonna hold on to kind of
5 years before they reboot him.
Dude, I think 10. I think he's gonna be the the next RDL, like the Robert Downey Jr.
He's young
RDJ.
enough.
That's what I meant. RDJ.
RDL. I would have never noticed.
Yeah, you do. But you knew who I was talking about.
I did. Okay. That's why we're on the same page here.
Yes. And that's the thing. I think right there, I put down one of the things I didn't like was the multiverse theory playing with the two companies, Sony and Disney. So what I mean by that.
So you didn't like. Or did you want Venom to join the MCU?
Dude, I really wanted it to be real, is what I'm saying. Like, I really wanted it to be fucking real. Like, everybody was like, Earth 616, oh my gosh, Spider-Verse this.
I was excited for that.
You weren't?
I genuinely was excited for the whole thing.
So was I.
I wasn't expecting Venom to pop up, though.
No, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he is going to be in Sony Spider-Man movies. Like, that's like with
Maybe
the Venom.
We'll see.
I think they will, man. I think they're going to.
Probably they want to.
I don't know.
they would.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. They're gonna do a whole Iron Man 3 sort of thing with Tom Holland. Have like maybe 2 movies over there, and Sony maybe 3, kind of like doing its own storyline, maybe kind of creating their own sort of franchise, bringing in, sprinkling in a lot of like Venom into the MCU, kind of making another bad. They might. And
I enjoyed Venom. It was a
great
movie, but it was.
But dude, it's a
smiled.
risk. It's a risk. Like that's the thing. It's those risks that I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, do it. Like you can do it with him. You can do it with the Spider-Man movie. I don't know if you can do that.
You can't do it in the MCU though. It has to be separate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It stays separate until it kind of correlates with something big with the MCU.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. But I just wanted it to be real. I wanted that whole theory to be real. Like I wanted it to be.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, I just want to bring this up.
What?
Something I questioned or didn't like. This is really important to me. So why would Nick Fury have known what the secret code is if he was a Skrull?
Which code? I forgot.
Like when Happy gives him the secret code, the secret message, like, something's not up. How would he know if he's a Skrull? That was also another surprise that they were Skrulls. But how would he know?
Are you saying Happy's a Skrull?
No,
I'm saying Happy's.
Nick Fury would have known the code. Would the Skrulls have known that code?
Well, let's go back to the Skrull. Like everything
that's a little plot hole.
Yeah, but everything that a Skrull will manipulate powers everything.
Yeah.
I think it also goes with the mind. Like they can kind of go back and remember a lot of the stuff that goes into their minds and stuff like that.
Because they still that's how they kind of tell. They ask you a question that's personal and they don't really know. Unless but Nick Fury told him stuff.
Are you talking about just in general? Because
I think
or are you talking about this?
Talos is his name, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think Talos is the smartest guy in the world.
The smartest squirrel in the room.
He's not.
Mm-hmm.
And so why would he? You could tell Nick. I was like, why is Nick Fury so lame with the movie?
No.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he was still funny. I just the next person that walks in this room.
That was that was Nick Fury, but then the rest of the time he was complaining and doing all this stuff. It was like, what?
Yeah. I'm not the one part where Spider-Man was like, tell me something that only Happy will know. I thought you were kind of like.
That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah, but that's the only that was because of Mysterio. Yeah, I know, it wasn't because of Skrull.
Brain. Yeah, I think Captain Marvel. I thought she did it too in the beginning.
No, Captain Marvel.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They still have most of their memories. Okay. It's just whenever they go and they get they manipulate everything from the person that they're gonna be repeating and the powers, everything.
Okay, maybe.
Yes.
We'll see. I have to watch Captain Marvel again, unfortunately.
Yes. And so from that, I mean, I'm just that's what I'm saying. Like we were talking about them, Jake Gyllenhaal. Dude, this suit is pretty cool. At the same time, suit. I was like, all right, this looks
a really, really good suit.
Yeah.
Wait, now I just realized something else.
What?
When Jake Gyllenhaal was with Nick Fury and Spider-Man in Venice, was he with the drones? Because he didn't have his suit yet.
Who are you talking about?
Jake Gyllenhaal, Mysterio. He did not have his suit ready because you remember we saw the girl ironing it.
Yeah, it was a good suit.
But so was he using the barf system when he was with Nick Fury and Spider-Man the first time?
Probably. I think it was the barf system.
That's interesting.
I think it's self-explanatory though. That one.
And in the bar, he just has drones follow him all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so you can't.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean. Yeah, you see all those drones, and especially.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing I was like, he already has drones there, and then he gets Edith and he gets more drones. So did he already have a sense of control of Edith a little bit, or no? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
That's
weird. The thing. Maybe he had a few.
Yeah.
I don't know if he made them or just stole them, went up to space, oh, give me some drones.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
See, that's the way that it all kind of relates there. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, dude, from there, I was just, kind of already... damn it, where's the mouse? Oh, there it is. the future of the franchise.
Yo,
Now,
yeah, well,
this is kind of like us speculating of.
yes.
That I brought up. This is why I love brought up these two pictures right here. I forgot Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but the multiverse with Sony. Like, do you think that's going to be a possibility?
No.
Okay. Why?
Because I don't see Marvel doing it. Sony would love to do it because they get more money.
But who? What is it? 50-50? 60-40? Like,
I don't
that's
know the
what I'm
specific
saying.
contracts, but listen. I don't think Sony's going to mess up what Marvel's doing, and Marvel definitely doesn't want Sony part of their MCU universe.
I don't know about that.
I don't.
But
I don't
right
see it
now,
happening right now.
But right now,
especially,
yeah,
like,
you're probably right. Future, maybe.
if Sony puts up good movies, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
That's
trying
what
to think
Sony
of
would have
like
to do first.
I'm trying to think of any other character besides like everybody in the Spider-Man universe that Sony owns.
Well, I think the future of Spider-Man is definitely.
They don't have anyone. They only have Spider-Man.
Only Spider-Man and
Yeah,
Spider-Man
they only have
villains.
Spider-Man, but I think they're gonna get Green Goblin, and what's his name? Oh, why am I forgetting his name? The big bad of Spider-Man. No.
Doc Ock?
No. What's his name?
Sandman?
No. His name. He's a human. What's his name? It's the original Green Goblin.
Well, they're all humans.
What is the really rich guy?
Osborn.
Yes, Norman Osborn.
Harry.
Harry is the
Norman.
son.
Norman is.
So Norman Osborn. I keep hearing rumors
Norman
that
is
he's
Green
gonna be
Goblin.
one of the big bads of the MCU.
Yeah, he's the Green Goblin.
I forgot. I know the Green Goblin. I'm trying to think of his regular name, but I think he's gonna be a much bigger part of the.
So
MCU.
how do you think they're gonna introduce him with
I
Oscorp
have
building?
no idea.
It's gonna be over there by.
They'll take over.
Ooh, the
Stark Tower.
The Stark Tower. That's oh man, that's what I was like. That might happen.
Come out for us, MCU.
Dude, I know.
You
It's
know
like
mess with him the most.
some rich person is gonna buy out the whole thing.
It's
Oh,
gonna
maybe.
be for sale, probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be
all
something
the
like
Avengers
that.
are dead or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
something like that. See, so I do believe that there's gonna be some sort of
Hit
universe.
me up, Kevin Feige.
Yeah, right there. We can.
I have an idea for squirrels. Or
We can actually call him.
Hey, this is from nobody.
No, good. Okay, the continuation of Peter Parker's story in the MCU. How far do you think that's gonna go? And where, like, this is what I'm saying, like the alluding of
At least 8 years. I'm
8
calling
years?
it 8 years. 'Cause
I mean, he's already been
Robert
what, 3
Downey
years?
Jr. was in here for like
10,
10.
11 now, but
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like it's gonna. I think as far as they're going to the MCU, that'll probably be what they're doing still.
Yeah.
Because they'll keep them for a specific amount of time, and then kind of restart with different heroes. Because they're gonna get old. They're gonna.
He's
age
gonna
out.
get
They're,
old.
They're
That's
gonna want
what-
to do different things.
but that's what I'm saying. I like this like him,
Yeah.
this Spider, Tom Holland being young, have
Oh,
like
it's
two
amazing,
to
yes.
3 movies of him, maybe
and then
2
he will
movies.
grow older.
Yeah, and then he
you
goes
know.
into college. He's a little bit more mature. He knows kind of what he wants, what he doesn't want,
Yeah.
how to kind of handle it. And then when he gets older, that's why I like the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, because you get
So
a
yeah, we might as well ask it now then.
what?
Which movie's better, Spider-Verse or Far From Home?
I was kind of hoping you didn't ask me that, but
Sorry, I have
I don't know.
to. Someone has to ask the hard questions.
yeah. Okay, so there's elements on both
Yes.
things that I like. I like Spider-Verse because of the fact that if that movie was successful, and it was, you can have a lot more risk take with the whole animated version of Spider-Man,
Yes.
and it worked perfectly with the whole
I know what you're talking
yes,
about,
with the
yes.
whole he was Dominican, right? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's not Puerto Rican. Or is he Puerto
What?
Rican?
Huh? Uh-oh.
No.
What is Miles Morales?
Miles Morales is Dominican. He's Dominican.
Well, he's both.
He's Puerto Rican. He's Puerto
What
Rican.
is he? I think is he black
He-
and then Puerto
yes,
Rican?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The mom was Puerto
mom,
Rican.
yes.
Dad was black.
Okay.
And so with all of that and the way that like you can add some good music in it and make it look really good, and the whole
Yes.
story of that, I felt in that movie like it was, what was it, a PG or PG-13?
PG-13.
Was it?
I think so.
It was PG-13?
They
Dang.
killed multiple Peters, so.
That's what I'm saying, and that right there shows me how much they can do with a sort of movie like that, instead
Yeah.
of actually like relaying on a
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them and switching it out every goddamn year. You can have a intro to a Spider-Man 2099, Tom Holland, and
But
this one.
That's where I think there can only be one Spider-Verse movie. There doesn't need to be a sequel because you already done. You did it. You were finished with that one story.
So you think it can stand alone and not anymore?
I think it's a standalone movie. I don't think you can do another one.
I disagree. I think with Miles Morales, you can do a lot more. I think.
Yeah.
Now with this story and that whole storyline of the Spider-Verse.
I mean, how would you follow Spider-Verse though? What sequel would you make to that? How could you do better?
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
But that's why I think it's more of a spectacular, a standalone event than a movie like Far From Home, where it's part of a series and it's still great.
Okay, so at the moment, I'm not gonna know what type of story they could go, but I know that they can go, and because of the animation and how much that literally stood alone and how aesthetically pleasing it looked and how much of the story that they can actually put out, that one I think for me worked out really good. Now with Tom Holland and this Spider-Man and how this movie is the beginning ages of what we're gonna know and love 8 years from now when we possibly see a passing of Spider-Man or something like that. This is the passing of the torch, and this is like at its infancy. So if I had to just get the movie Far From Home and from the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and just compare those two, Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse wins for me.
That's fair.
Now, overall, I can't. That is in its infancy.
How would the
also,
trilogy of the Spider-Man movies compare to the trilogy?
You're asking me way too many questions that I need answering.
And Captain America and Thor, and who would win? Would he beat out Captain America?
Who?
Right now, Captain America is the strongest trilogy in the MCU.
Yes, I agree.
Would Spider-Man beat that? Do you think?
The Tom Holland one?
Yes. Do you think?
Okay, man, the character arc in Captain America was so iconic and so beloved, and we felt it for the character all the way towards the end. But it needed help from the Avengers movies also. So
I just don't know if they needed help. I think they just wanted it.
No,
it was
you had it.
Story more.
But that's the thing. Is Spider-Man gonna go out in a Spider-Man movie, or is he gonna go out in an Avengers movie?
No, I mean like a specific. Well, Captain America was a little weird how it was like an Avengers movie with Civil War.
That's what I'm saying. You had to add arcs of other elements to create that movie.
I mean, they're probably the same with him, though, honestly.
But that's what I'm saying. But him standing alone, it's been done so many times that it can stand alone by itself and it can feel for the character by itself. Spider-Man is probably the most beloved comic book character next to Superman. And I'm just kind of saying.
Now Spider-Man is definitely above Superman.
Are you considering like just now as
right
today?
Now,
okay,
and in today's time, because Superman hasn't been in the forefront for a while.
If you agree,
because DC is messing.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, man. Right now, I mean, we can talk about that all live long day.
We'll have another podcast about DC.
Yeah, yes, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Right now, for the peak of where Marvel is at, and it's still going. It hasn't even dropped yet. And when it does, it's only like a slight one, just because of a movie. It's not because it's going on a downhill slope. They know how to adapt. They know how to overcome a obstacle that they know. It's like, okay, we can put this as a series somewhere else. We don't need to put a movie out there for that. Now that the Disney Plus is coming out, you're gonna get a lot more of these series coming out.
You're gonna get 1,000 series.
Fucking Falcon and Cap now, or like he's Cap now.
Falcon Cap. I
was like, he's Cap
I'm
now.
actually really excited for that.
Yes.
I'm excited for Loki.
Yes.
Even though I wanted him to die, but now I'm okay with him.
Okay, we're not gonna get him on another rant, guys. This is towards the ending right here.
Stop me.
Yes, I know. We're gonna talk more later on, but the last thing we're gonna talk about is the rate. What would you rate it? Out of Peter Tingles.
Peter Tingles? I think it's 8 Peter out of Tingles.
Okay.
Or maybe a 7. We'll see. I'll have to watch it again. But like first initial reaction, it's a 7 or 8.
7.5 Tingles.
Okay, so you're going in the middle of me.
Yeah, so 7 Peters.
7 Peters?
0.5 Tingles.
0.5 Tingles.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Because it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it.
How I rated.
If you watch this video before you watch the movie, I am sorry for all these spoilers we have shared.
I'm literally put spoiler.
Oh, I'm glad.
Everywhere.
This is spoilered.
Yes. And I mean, I'm just going back to how I rated Endgame. Like, I mean, you can go look at that episode where we talked. Andrew was also on there, but we just kind of give it that one a high rating because that one deserves it. That one literally is a culmination of all these different characters coming in and either winning or losing.
I wasn't this kind with Captain Marvel though. Let me tell you that.
Shoot. And we didn't put a review on that one, but like at the end of the year, that's going to be a primary thing that I'm gonna do is kind of rate
the MCU movies out of each year.
Well, it's gonna be through the year, but yes. So at that note, we're gonna end it there. Andrew, thank you for coming on again, talking about Spider-Man. And guys,
always a pleasure.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know how you like this movie. If you didn't like about it, how you felt about this movie. If you think that Spider-Man is probably the best superhero of all time now, considering that it's probably bigger than Spider-Man, or Superman
is bigger than Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is bigger than Spider-Man. But you know why? Because there's many different Spider-Mans. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us today. Andrew, you want to throw out your plug?
You can follow me on Cuddly Coddle at any Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't use Twitter. I should, but so if you follow me on Instagram, I'm not going to post anything. You can follow me on Facebook. I don't post anything either, but you can follow.
He's about to post this because he's actually on this, and we're gonna actually get this word out because everyone should go see Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a great movie. We're just not marketing because we work for Disney. We're marketing because we love movies and we like Spider-Man. Yes, guys, thank you. I'll see you later. Thank you for visiting us today.
Keep your Peter Tingle going.
Bye, guys.
Bye.